How's it going, everybody? Level M Diecast. Now, as you can see, we're in the display room. Now, we're in the display room for a reason, because the one thing that we struggle with as collectors is we're always looking to display more space. We need more cases and more things like that, shelves, all that kind of stuff. Now, we're familiar with Carney. Carney is probably the most popular of all these cases. That's a Carney right there. Right there. So most of the cases that you guys probably have in your collection, most of the cases I have in my collection are Carneys. But what I've realized is that some of these aftermarket companies are starting to realize that because diecast is going upscale, there's a lot more things to display. So that needs to go upscale as well. So I do always look for something new. I found something new. We're going to take a look at this. So these are some new cases from Mijo exclusives. This is one of, I think, 3 styles they have. There's not a ton of difference between the two of them. The 3 of them. 2 of them are just the background colors. I think it's white background or chrome background, and there's a black background. But this one in particular, I wanted to try because this one I feel like is going to be a little bit more useful because these are a little bit bigger spaces in there. So there is your item number. I will try to put a link down in the description for where you can pick these up. I picked this up locally, so it's a little bit different, but I do know that these are readily available online. Just comes in a pretty standard box. Nothing fancy with the box. So this is what I paid for it. You can probably get it a little bit cheaper if you buy it online, just like most other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut it open real quick. Get this tape off here real quick. I do apologize. Not a whole lot to see while I'm flailing around the camera. Whoop, there we go. Sorry about that. So it is wrapped in bubble wrap, which is pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and pull this out. Set the box to the side. Of course, it's made in China like everything is. We'll go ahead and get our tape off of there. Get our bubble wrap off. So there is our case. Now it is also wrapped in kind of a cellophane. So that's a good sign because that'll keep it from getting scratched up. The cellophane is kind of what it made it difficult to get the bubble wrap off. So now we get to fight with the cellophane here for just a second. It's almost like that stuff you wrap up food with. All right. Definitely not quite as intuitive as I was hoping it was going to be. So this is the case. It does come with mounting hardware. So that's pretty good. It is wall mountable. So it's actually upside down. So I'll get this flipped upside down. There we go. I dropped the cover for it. So we'll grab our cover. So the cover does have that stuff that you would peel off to protect it as well. A plexiglass cover. So we're just going to set that to the side for right now. The main focus that we want to focus on with the case is kind of the dimensions, how it fits, what you can put in there, how big it is. You can see these panels are pretty big. They're pretty wide. So just to start off real quick, we got a tarmac up here. So we'll grab our 240 custom. So you see that this case is big enough to put a tarmac acrylic case in, which is pretty nice. That means you can more than likely fit an RLC in there as well. So let's run around here. We'll grab ourselves an RLC. This is the chrome Benz. So it's in the box. So even in the box, it fits in the case perfectly fine. So if you take it out and just have your acrylic, it'll be good to go. One other thing I wanted to see if it fits is a transporter. Now the transporters are all going to be different sizes. There is some variations between them. But I just wanted to see if you wanted to put a transport truck in there, if you could. So it fits this transport truck, but I can tell you this is one of the shortest ones. So if you were to put a different transport truck in here, it might not fit. But overall it looks pretty good. One other thing I wanted to see if it fits, because this is one of two reasons why I bought this case. I wanted to see if a real working rig would fit. So we'll just grab one of our newest real working rigs, just for size comparisons. So this one has a large excavator front on it. So you'll see that guy does not fit. So unfortunately that one does not fit. This is one of the reasons why I bought it. I was trying to get something better for real working rigs, but unfortunately that guy doesn't fit. Now, the other one that I was looking for is just bigger 1/64 scale stuff. Just, you know, kind of trucks or things like that. So we'll get over here. We'll go down here. We'll get our box out of the way. We'll crack open our case of Greenlight Rams. We'll just grab one of our stake bed trucks. We'll do the waste management because I really like that one. So that is one of the biggest ones. That guy does have a tow hitch and stuff on there as well. You can see it just barely doesn't fit. It just barely doesn't fit, unfortunately. Even if you try to twitch it around, it's not going to fit. Now, it'll fit the standard Rams. It just won't fit the stake bed truck, which is unfortunate. But that is the case. Now, this is the cover, so we don't need to pull the cellophane off of it because it's just ridiculous. The cover just sits in there. So there's two little tabs on each side here to keep the cover from falling off. But it just sits there. And it sits flush with the bottom here. You can push up from the bottom, or you can just grab it from the top. So all you need to do is just lift it up over those little tabs right there, and then it'll come off. Now, if you have this wall mounted and you don't want it to come off, and so we'll just slide it to the edge of the thing here. Just put your finger up there, and it'll work like a hinge, but it is not connected. But it looks pretty good. The spots are pretty big. I think for the most part, these are designed specifically for tarmacs, which I think is pretty cool. So we'll just pull this cover off of there. So definitely designed to fit tarmacs, which is a pretty cool thing. Keep dust and stuff off of them. So I think what I'm going to use this for, since that's kind of what it fits, is I'm going to put my R33s and my other tarmacs in there. I don't have a ton of tarmacs, but I think that's what I'll put in there. So it's pretty cool. It's not a bad setup. Now, I struggled with the bubble wrap a little bit. I thought that was going to be a little bit more smooth sailing. But it's a pretty nice case. It's a pretty nice case. 12 cars, $30 to display it. Comparably, it's kind of pricey for the amount of cars you can display. But if you're a tarmac buyer, if you do that higher end stuff, Innos, those kind of things like that, that's pretty cheap for you to display your stuff. When you're doing stuff like the Carnies, 108 car case, those things are up to about $145 now. So that's more than $1 a slot to display a car. This one is about $2 a slot to display a car, which actually it's over $2 a car, which is not a great amount. But it's a nice case. It's a pretty nice case, and the fact that you can wall mount it is pretty nice as well. So there you go. Just something a little bit different. Trying to bring some of this display stuff to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about that. We're always looking for more display stuff. And if I find anything cool, I'll definitely let you guys know. Otherwise, drop a comment and let me know what you think about this. We'll catch you next time. Level and Diecast. Peace.